Hello everyone, welcome to the subject Principle of Management and Applied Economics. On this video we are going to discuss Introduction to Management Part 2. I hope on the Introductions of Management Part 1 video you might have understood the basic definitions of management, elements of management, process of management, and also some concept in relation with management. In this video, we are going to discuss the same things which is related to the management. Alright, let's move to the next slides. Who is a manager? Who is a manager? Good questions. For these questions, what is in your mind? What is the answer? Who is the manager? Typically, to understand a manager, you may have basic idea who is a manager. The manager or the person who is managing the organization. Simple. The person who is managing an organization or a company. Right. Before getting to these definitions and also to get the understanding of managers, I have a slides which consisting some pictures. You see these pictures? Right. This slide, there are 4 pictures. It means these 4 persons very popular in the industry. Any guess? Jeffrey Briston Bezos, Pichai Sundararajan, Mayor, Satyanarayana Nadella. Yeah, right. These are the CEO of multinational company and also IT companies, big IT companies in the world. Jeffrey Briston Bezos, he is the CEO of Amazon. He is the person, he is the manager who runs the business. He is the top person. He is the CEO running Amazon. In 2020, he is the #1 richest person in the world. Right. Down, Sundar Pichai, he is the CEO of Google. He is a very efficient CEO. Then go to Mayor. She is also one of the CEO of reputed company, yes, which is a Yahoo. She is the CEO, Chief Executive Officer. At the same time, finally, Satyanarayana Nadella. Yeah, who is he? He is the CEO of Chief Executive Officer of Bill Gates company, Microsoft. Right, look at it. Based on this picture, you must understand who is really a manager. And these are the people who are really managing very reputed company internationally. Right. So after getting into these pictures in your mind, you must be very careful for the definition of manager. Manager is a person who managing entire organization, entire organization of a company, entire operations, entire activity. That's called manager, right? These are the manager for international companies. Even if a person who managing a small company, yeah, that person also manager. Not only the company. Let's say it's for a school. Yeah, maybe the principal name may be the different. Maybe the principal, maybe the director, maybe the other names, vice chancellor, maybe the director general. But in business world, these are the people who really we call managers. Okay, right. Let's see the next slides. On this slide, now you can find some definitions. These definitions proposed by many authors. First, you can see the proposed by Stoner, Freeman and Gilbert in 2008. Definitions of manager or managers: the people responsible for directing the efforts aimed at helping organization achieve their goal. Here you see on this definition, the people responsible for directing the efforts aimed at helping organization achieve their goals. So ultimate objective of the manager is to achieve organization goals, right? Look at the second definition, which was proposed by Robbins and Coulter in 2012. Someone who coordinates and oversees the works of other people so the organizational goals can be accomplished. This definition although also same like Stoner Freeman definition, but wording only different. Look at it. Someone who coordinates and oversees the work of other people so the organizational goal can be accomplished. So here also in this definition also the characteristic goals can be accomplished is there. It means the manager responsible to attain the goal of the organization, right? Then Griffin 2012 definition, look at it. Someone whose primary responsibility is to carry out the management process. The person or individual whose primary responsibility is to carry out the management process. Based on these three definitions, in general, we can define a manager as someone who performs management function in organization. In the previous video, you look at it. What are the functions of management? What are the functions of management? Who perform the management functions is called manager. Simple, right? So these are the definitions proposed by different scholars and authors. Okay, then type of managers. In every organization, there are certain levels of managers. This is called managerial levels. First line managers, middle managers, top managers. Based on the managerial level, three types available: first line managers, middle managers, top managers. Based on the scope of the activity, functional managers, general managers, and based on the responsibility of activity, we have another classification: line managers, staff managers. Classifications of managers by the managerial level. See, in every organization, it may be a big organization, it may be a small organization, it may be a middle-level organization. Each and every organization has its pyramid level. We call it's a pyramid level. This is the, look at it, this is the top managers. On this triangle we call top level managers. This is middle level managers. These are first line managers. Who are the top managers? Who are the middle level managers? Who are the first line managers? We'll discuss in coming slides. Look at it. Types of managers based on managerial level in an organization. First line manager. First line manager means who is handling the operational activity. Supervisors responsible for directing the day-to-day activities of operating employees. For this level, examples we can say supervisor, section chief, like that. For example, let's say if it is a operational level managers, under that operational level a supervisor or factory supervisor or technical staff, this we call first line managers. Middle line manager, individual at levels of management between the first line managers and the top management. The managers who are sitting in between top level and the first line managers. This example for this middle level managers, department head, unit head, like if it is a marketing department, let's say marketing head. If it is a IT department, IT head. If it is a manufacturing department, it's a manufacturing head. So those are the example for middle level managers. Then top managers. Top manager, individuals who are responsible for making decisions about the direction of the organization and establishing policies that affect all organizational members. Right? On this level, very crucial people are sitting it in the top level or top managers positions. Examples: Chief Operating Officer, CEO, Chief Operating Officer, COO, President, Chairperson, and Executive Directors. These people we call top managers. Right. Types of managers based on the scope of an activity in an organization. Sometimes some organization having the position of general manager, under the general manager, production manager, marketing manager, finance manager, HR manager. This is based on the scope of activities in an organization. Then functional and general managers. This is one kind of classification of managers. Functional manager, a manager who is responsible for one business function in an organization. As I said earlier, if it is a marketing manager, he is responsible for marketing function. Right? That's we call functional manager. Then general manager, the individual responsible for all the business function in an organization. Let's say if it's one company, general manager is responsible for the division. He is responsible for entire organization. General managers are responsible for several departments that perform different functions. Yeah, a general manager is responsible for a self-contained division. For example, if it is a production company, it has self-contained, it has the factory, it has all the operation in its company. So that's who responsible for entire operations. That's we call general manager. All right. Right. Let's move to the next slides. Line and staff manager. Line managers are responsible for work activities that directly affect organization outputs and objectives. That's we call line manager. Then staff managers use technical expertise to advise and support the efforts of the line managers and workers. So this is one kind of classifications of managers. Then let's move to the next slides. Managerial skills. This is very important element as far as managers concerned. Managerial skills is generally a prerequisite for management success. As per the SETO and SETO 2009, manager must possess some skills in order to perform effective and efficient operation in an organization. So that's we call managerial skills. There are some skills each and every manager must possess. Out of that, 3 elements or 3 skills are very important to be a successful manager. So what type of skills do managers need? Especially Robert L. Katz proposed that managers need three critical skills in managing an organization. Under three title, this Robert classified the managerial skills. First, conceptual skills, human skills, technical skills. So let's see what is conceptual skill, human skill, and technical skills. You look at this video and have a brief understanding of skills of management.
A manager's job requires a range of skills. In this course, we'll highlight 3 essential skills of management today. Although some management theorists propose a long list of skills, the necessary skills for managing an organization can be placed in 3 broad categories: conceptual, human, and technical. Let's take a look. The application of these 3 skills changes dramatically when a person is promoted to management: technical, human, and conceptual. Although the degree that each skill is required at different levels of an organization may vary, all managers must possess some skill in each of these important areas to perform effectively. Many managers get promoted to their first job because they've demonstrated an understanding and proficiency in the performance of specific tasks, which are referred to as technical skills. Technical skills refer to the understanding of and proficiency in the performance of specific tasks. Technical skills include mastery of methods, techniques, and equipment involved in specific functions such as engineering, manufacturing, or finance. Technical skills also include specialized knowledge, analytical ability, and the competent use of tools and techniques to solve problems in a specific discipline. Technical skills are particularly important at lower levels of the organization. However, these skills become less important as human and conceptual skills as managers move up the hierarchy. Top managers with strong technical skills sometimes have to learn to step back so that others can do their jobs effectively. Human skills refer to a manager's ability to work with and through other people and work effectively as part of a group. These human skills are demonstrated in the way that a manager relates to other people, including the ability to motivate, facilitate, coordinate, lead, communicate, and resolve conflicts. Human skills are increasingly important for managers at all levels and types of organizations. A recent study found that human skills were significantly more important than technical skills for predicting manager effectiveness. Human skills are essential for frontline managers who work with employees directly on a daily basis. A recent study found that the motivational skill of the frontline manager is the single most important factor in whether people feel engaged with their work and committed to an organization. Conceptual skills refer to the cognitive ability to see the organization as a whole and the relationship among its parts. Conceptual skills involve knowing where one's team fits into the total organization and how the organization fits into the industry, the community, and the broader business and social environment. It means the ability to think strategically, to take a broad, long-term view, and to identify, evaluate, and solve complex problems. Conceptual skills are needed by all managers, but especially by managers at the top. Many of the responsibilities of top managers, such as decision-making, resource allocation, and innovation, require a broad view. Good management skills are not automatic. In recent years, numerous highly publicized examples have shown what happens when managers fail to apply their skills effectively to meet the demands of uncertain, rapidly changing worlds around them. Managers have complex jobs that require a range of abilities and skills.
Right. Thank you for the video. Thank you for watching the video. From the video, you can understand the definitions of each and every skills and the importance of these skills. Now, here we look at it some practical example under the each skills. First, conceptual skills. The ability to analyze and diagnose a situation and find cause and effect. Cause and effect. It means ability to think strategically. Here you see a lady. She is the CEO of Xerox. You know, Xerox. Xerox is a company producing photocopier and some electronical item. Australia Burns, who in 2009 became the first African American woman to lead a major US corporation. See, she had a very good conceptual skills. She had where Xerox need to move in the future. She has all the quality and foresighting the future, how Xerox need to be positioned in the world. See, we can easily find in India for the photocopy machines, they used to say Xerox copy. That much this brand has addicted to the customer. See, so for this reason, she is the person who behind success of Xerox. So this is we call conceptual skills. There are many other examples also. You can find Steve Jobs, so CEO of Apple. Yeah, he had the vision to become a smart person in the world, touch person in the world. He had in his mind one day Apple company will be in the market who leading the smart technology. It means that much conceptual he had. So that's a basic understanding and an example for conceptual skill. Then let's move to the Sir Richard Branson, human skill. He has wonderful human skill. He has human skill is the manager ability to work with and through other people and to work effectively as a group member. Human skill is demonstrated in the way a manager relates to other people, including the ability to motivate, facilitate, coordinate, lead, communicate, and resolve conflict. For that, Sir Richard Branson is a good example. He is the founder and owner of Virgin Group of Company. He has more than 500 companies. At the same time, he is a one individual who running more than 500 company. How it's possible? He has a good human skill. He has a networking characteristic. He simply talk to the customer, talk to the employee, trusting the employee, empowering employees, and delegating all the power. By having a good human skill, he could run more than 500 company as an individual. See, that's a human skill. Let's go to the technical skill. Sundar Pichai in Google. See, he is the person who runs Google without any problem. How come? See, he has the technical skill. He knows each and every aspect of technological implementation in Google, right? The job specific knowledge required to perform a task. Common example including marketing, accounting, and manufacturing. In manufacturing side, Google is very good example. Sundar Pichai is a very good example in technical side. His managers, he gives the forecasting, he gives the goals, he gives the target, and he gives the idea in technical side, and all the other employees and all other managers take his idea and work in order to complete that particular objective. So better example is Sundar Pichai in Google. Let's look at it. Relative skills needed for effective performance at different levels of management. earlier slides, we discussed top managers, middle level managers, first line managers. Here we discuss conceptual skills, human skills, and technical skills, right? Then on this three layer of managers, on these skills, how much the proportion they must possess in order to be a good manager. See, top manager, they have to have this much conceptual skills. It means top level people, CEO, CFO, and directors and the owner, general manager, they must have this conceptual skill where our company need to be in after 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Though the capacity of forecasting the future and strategically, the capacity to take the decision strategically in order to be successful in upcoming years, that's we call conceptual skill. Top managers, they want to have human skill on this level. Technical skill, top managers, it doesn't mean to have high knowledge in technical side, but they must know what are the technology involved in on that particular operation. Like Sundar Pichai, he is a CEO, but he has a very good understanding and idea of the technology which is going to be implemented in Google. Then middle level managers, look at it, they have to have conceptual skills, or compare with the top level managers, they have to possess this much proportion. But there is no any different in human skill. Middle level or manager also must have this much proportions of human skill. At the same time, technical skills, look at that technical skill proportion. First line manager, commonly in operational level, they have to be sound, they have to sound in technical side. So that's what technically is high proportion, conceptually compared with technically is low. But each and every managerial level, human skill is very important. Equally, they want to have skills in human connections, right? So this is the relative skills needed for effective performance at different level of management. Then another important thing is what managers do, what they are doing, what their activity, what their responsibility, right? For this question, Henry Mitzberg gave a solution. Managerial roles refer to a specific actions or behaviors expected of and exhibited by manager, right? Managers, they have 10 roles. There are 10 roles to be played by the effective managers, right? Those are the main roles of managers. Before looking at the manager's role, please look at this video.
Despite a proliferation of management gurus, management consultants, and management schools, it remains murky to many of us what managers actually do and why we need them in the first place. Unless someone has actually performed managerial work, it's hard to understand exactly what managers do on an hour-by-hour or day-by-day basis. In this course, we explore this role of managers. A role is a set of expectations for a manager's behavior. The roles of managers can be divided into three conceptual categories: informational, where we manage by information; interpersonal, where we manage through people; and decisional, where we're managing through action. Each role represents activities that managers undertake to ultimately accomplish the functions of planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Although it's necessary to separate the components of a manager's job to understand the different roles of a manager, the real job of management isn't practiced as a set of independent parts. All of the roles interact in the real world. Informational roles describe the activities used to maintain and develop an information network. 75% of managers' time is about communicating with people. The monitor role involves seeking current information from many sources. The manager acquires and scans information to stay well informed. The next two roles are quite the opposite. The disseminator role is where the manager transmits current information to others, both inside and outside the organization, who can use it. The disseminator role is where managers forward information within the organization, doing things like sending memos and reports, making phone calls, or holding meetings. Likewise, the spokesperson role is where a manager transmits information to outsiders through various forms of communication. Interpersonal roles pertain to the relationships with others and are related to the human skills described earlier. The figurehead role involves ceremonial and symbolic activities for the department or organization. The manager represents the organization in his or her formal managerial capacity as the head of a unit. The leader role encompasses relationships with subordinates, including motivation, communication, and influence. The liaison role pertains to the development of information sources both inside and outside the organization. Finally, decisional roles pertain to those events about which the manager must make a choice or take action. The entrepreneur role involves innovation of change. Managers are consistently thinking about the future and the changes needed to achieve a future goal or vision. The mediator role involves resolving conflicts among subordinates or between the manager's department and others. The resource allocator role pertains to decisions about how to assign people, time, equipment, money, and other resources to attain desired outcomes. The managers must decide which projects receive budget allocations, which of several customer complaints receive priority, and how to spend his or her own time. And finally, the negotiator role is where the manager represents a team or a department's interests when negotiating issues. Negotiation happens in budgeting, union environments, purchases, and many other management activities. Managers at every level perform these 10 roles, which are grouped into informational, interpersonal, and decisional roles. The relative emphasis that a manager puts on these roles depends on a number of factors, such as the manager's position in the hierarchy, natural skills and abilities, the type of organization, and department goals that need to be achieved.
Right, thanks for watching the video. Video courtesy goes to G Learning. So key managerial roles. On that video, it's clearly mentioned what are the main types of role: interpersonal roles, informational roles, decisional roles. Under that, interpersonal roles, figurehead, leader, liaison. Figurehead role, leader role, liaison role. Under information roles, monitor, disseminator, spokesperson. Under the decision roles, entrepreneur or innovator, disturbance handler, then resource allocator, negotiator. These 10 roles are very important for effective managers. Then this slide shows the figurehead role perform ceremonial and symbolic duties such as greeting visitors, signing legal documents. So he is responsible to figure the heads. Then leader role, direct and motivate subordinates, train, counsel and communicate with subordinates. Leader role, he should be a leader, or he should be a leader of a group. Then liaison role, maintain information links and coordinate people inside and outside the organization to help achieve goals. Liaison means easily is reachable and accessible to deal with all the people who related with an organization. Then monitor role, seek and receive information from both the internal and external environment. Manager need to be a monitor. And disseminator role, forward information about the changes taking place in the external and internal environment to the organization members. Spokesperson role, transmit information through speeches, and reports to outsiders of the organization. So manager need to be a communicator. So that's a spokesperson role. Under the decision role, entrepreneur role, he has to be an entrepreneur and he has to take the decision in relation with idea and the responsibilities and resource allocation. Then disturbance handler, it means he is the person who negotiates with the problem and assume responsibility for handling unexpected event and crisis. He is the person who must possess the responsibility or ability to handle the disturbance. Then resource allocator role, assign resources between functions and divisions, set budgets of lower managers. So he is the person who allocating resources for all the organization. Negotiator role, seeks to negotiate solution between other managers, unions, customers and shareholders. If there is an issue or any problem, particular managers need to bring a solution by doing an effective negotiation. So those are under revision. Those are the responsibilities and the roles. Now on these slides, you can find requirements to be an effective requirements to be an effective and efficient manager. If a person to become a manager, what are the requirements? First, a person need to have knowledgeable person. Then only he will be a efficient manager. He could run as a efficiently on particular organization. Knowledge means know what, know how. Then let's say Google became a number one company in search engine. Why? Because the particular person in charge, who's the CEO, example Sundar Pichai, he knows the knowledge about the technology, knows what, then he knows how it's going to work, right? That's the knowledge. Then skill, general and specific skills. To be an effective manager, general skills and specific skills. General skills mean communication skills, interpersonal skills, personality and effective communication skills. Those are the general skills. Specific skills mean for the division for the different industry, different set of skills needed. For the specific activity, some specific skills needed. So those are the specific skills. Positive attitudes. This is a very important factor, very important things to be cultivated in an effective manager. See, on workplace manager need to be a positive person, and with the people, with an environment, even on self, the particular person has to be a positive attitude to become an efficient manager. Positive attitudes makes things. Positive attitudes is determine the successful of an organization, right? So those are the requirement to be an effective and efficient manager. Then these are the very important area. Challenges faced by modern day managers. These are the challenges commonly facing by each and every managers. First, managing global competition. Managers typically nowadays managers having the competition not by the particular island or not by the particular division or not by the particular geographical area. Now global competitions due to telecommunication development, due to transportation, due to information technology, all the competitors are coming, all the producers are producing the product to all the world, not particularly or limited to their regions. So due to this reason, manager need to face global competition. Then facing the competition through superior efficiency, quality, innovation, and responsiveness. Day-to-day operations, when managers are having issues in day-to-day operations. Day by day competitors changes, day by day technology changes, day by day employees are changing, employees mind change, customer taste change, customer demand is changing. So due to this reason, effective manager to be to be faced all the problem in efficient, quality, innovative manner. The next thing is increasing performance while being an ethical manager. There are many ways to increase the performance, but effective manager will be an ethical manager. Ethical concerns very important. To get the money, to increase the profit, a manager cannot do all the things he wants, right? There are particular line, there are particular limitation. With that, the manager need to operate in order to achieve the performance. So managers need to be an effective, an ethical manager. Then balancing the interest of different stakeholder. This is very very common problem in any organization. Stakeholders, owners, employees, managers, customer, competitor, government, everyone same stakeholder of an organization. So the manager need to balance all the stakeholders in terms of towards an organization, right? Then managing a diversified workforce. Each and every organization having diversified workforce. Instead, you take the Sri Lankan situation. In an organization, when you take an organization, there are many ethnical people, gender-wise people, old people, young people. So diversified workforce. Some people coming from a urban area, rural area, or advanced family area, low families area. Then they employ the characteristics and their culture depending on their originality. So according to that, the manager need to understand the employees diversity and manage them in order to bring the organization successful. Then adopting new technologies, this is very important. This is because technology is ever changing things, day-to-day life, every second technology changing. Then to be an effective manager, he needs to realize what kind of technologies going to be changed, and what are the technological equipment, technological method we have to adopt to our organization in order to be a successful operation or successful company. So those are the things in terms of technology. Then managing creativity, innovation, and continuous change. To be a successful company or successful manager, always thinking creativity, innovation, and continuous change. You see some example as we discussed, Google in Chundar, in Microsoft, or all the people, all the managers are very creative and always thinking innovatively, and always they do the continuous change. They don't keep the organization in a rigid unchanged environment. No, as per the volatility of environment, as per the changing in environment, they are also keep them or pushing their organization in according to the change. So that's the main challenge faced by the modern day managers. So these are the things which are the challenges faced by modern day managers. So in IT industry, you people are studying in high national diploma in information technology. You must have a good understanding of IT companies. Managers are what kind of challenges they are facing, because IT industry is ruling the world. In you can take it each and every corner. IT is influencing and affecting their operations, and it is the changing phenomenon to become an technological company. So IT students, you must be very careful in terms of understanding challenges and what are the changes which are going to take place in the industry, in the world, and how these technological companies are operating by having or by effectively facing these challenges. So by that, I'm going to conclude today's session. Thank you for watching this video. Have a pleasant day. Thank you.